wrench in order to put this on your camera. So what I've ended up doing, I'm not going to show my keys on camera because people always yell at me about that, but I put an Allen wrench on my keychain. So
Nice.
I constantly have an Allen wrench with me. Anyway, some of the problems that the original tripod had is that if you raise the head here, and I'm sorry if this is really boring to non-camera people, but if you raise the head here and you want to like put it at an angle, you can only, what was it?
So it's it's a ball head.
Yeah, it's a ball. Wait,
and there's like these 3 different dividers essentially that fall down into the tripod when it's tucked all the way in.
Right.
And sometimes that makes turning it sideways difficult because it kind of gets in the way.
Yeah, it can kind of get in the way.
Assuming that's what you're talking about.
So this new one is more of a standard ball head where you can just pivot and twist in like many different directions. So that's very handy.
Yeah,
you can just go 360 instead of having to jam in there. That's very useful. The big thing about the 4x5 cameras though is that this, because the 4x5 is so big and it's not super heavy, but it does have a lot of surface area, it would shake a lot when it was windy on like a mountain. And that was very frustrating because there's no optical image stabilization on 4x5 film, obviously. So even the most like micro shake would mess up the image. These are much more stable. Even the small one is like super stable. They also re-engineered the center column to add a bunch of different features. They changed the clips a little bit. Overall, it's kind of just like a much more sturdy system. Also, when you're clipping in the camera, it now has the spring-loaded mechanism.
I was just messing with this.
Yeah.
The spring-loaded mechanism for the tripod mount on a camera attaching feels super nice.
It feels really good. So yeah, effectively you like unlock it by pulling this, and it pulls up this little tab that when you put the plate in, it snaps it closed.
David, into the mic,
talking
please.
to your mic a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
He's getting
And it locks it in. Yeah, I'm sorry. I love tripods. And it like locks it in, and then they have an extra lock right here. So I don't know. Everything about these tripods is definitely about like stability and being able to shoot things without any shake and stuff like that. They made the clips a little bit easier to use because unclipping and clipping a tripod always takes forever. Yeah. So I've been really enjoying this. I don't love how big it is. Like, you cannot really beat this original tripod size because this can fit in like basically any water bottle pocket of any backpack that I have. Whereas the new Pro ones definitely are bulkier, even the small one. For some reason, they made it in a small, medium, and large form. The large makes a lot of sense because it's for like giant payload. Like they're trying to get into the cinema kind of landscape. They sell a fluid head adapter that makes it so you can use it as a fluid head tripod. But I don't really understand why they made the medium one, because the small and the medium are almost exactly the same size, and they go up in size prices of $100. So they call it Pro Light, Pro, and Pro Tall. So I don't really know. But overall, like, this has made my photography a lot more reliable, I guess, specifically with my 4x5 camera.
I can see, like, I understand it being larger, and the main problem you have with it is shake and stability. So like making it larger is probably the only way to really fix that. And if you're, I would argue, if you're carrying something like your 4x5 camera, you probably aren't trying to be in like this level of light payload where like this could be, I took this tripod with me and just like a Sony A7R with other hiking stuff. And so like to me it was just part of the pack, and then like not too bad. But seeing this, I think it's really cool. They obviously, I mean, Pete's quality is absolutely at the top of its game. This looks like they solved a bunch of the issues, but seeing it and seeing its side just makes me still like the original one.
The original one
I'd rather just
great.
Throw it. It's so small. It's so like when you are somebody, and I see this now all the time watching like disc golf YouTube of people like lugging tripods around all over a disc golf course, like. You want a really small one, but the problem is all the really small ones are really flimsy. Yeah. They nailed their target demographic
for sure.
With this one, despite its price. I think getting into the bigger game, when you talk about the larger one and huge payloads and cinema stuff, is like, we have have really good cinema tripods.
Yeah.
Already, that feels like a crowded space.
For sure.
I'm sure Peak Design can get into it. But
I think it's probably for people that like everything that they own is in the Peak Design ecosystem.
That's
like,
fair.
They have built out quite an ecosystem that uses all of their things and they interlock with each other, and they've got all these features. But yeah, I think for like most people, the original one, even the aluminum one, is like more than great. This is really going to be if you have specific use cases, like me with the 4x5.
Yeah.
So
the travel tripod feels like I'm packing it with other things. The pro tripods feel like my pack is all cameras.
Yeah.
That's all that's in
has
my
been
pack.
me for a while now.
Well, yeah, but that's because you sacrifice the rest of
back.
survival things for your cameras.
That's true. I'm having lower back problems, so yeah. I don't know. For my book, it's been great.
No, this is sick.
Yeah, and it can get a little bit tighter down too because of that redesigned center column.
Yeah, the center column seems way larger, which is the best part of that.
Also, when the original one was all the way down like this, it couldn't tilt at all. So the only way to bring it up, you had to loosen it, bring it up to here, tighten it, and then it could rotate. But that means it can't go quite as low. Whereas this one it can tilt even when it's all the way
it's on
down.
its lowest stage.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Do you know what I appreciate? Even though this is the pro version, it still has the little hidden cell phone holder.
So this has always been a really cool feature. In the bottom, there's a hook. Generally, on tripods, that hook is for stability, so you put like a backpack on the hook, and that basically just adds a bunch of weight to the tripod so that it shakes less, and I still do that. The hook on the bigger one is obviously bigger, but inside of that column, they have a secret little cell phone holder that you can put on the tripod, so if you want to do like astro mode on your Pixel or something, you can now use the tripod with your Pixel instead of having to buy a brand new tripod just for phones.
That's cool.
So I think that's really cool. Also, obviously we talked about you need an Allen key, which is very kind of frustrating because you can lose it pretty easily, and they have a clip on the tripod itself to store the Allen key. In the new ones, the bags now have a slot for the Allen key. So I think that they want you to keep it in the bag more. The previous bag had like 2 microns of extra room.
It was like putting a sleeping bag back in like a sleeping bag. Or like a tent back
It was so hard to get it in and out. So the new one has a slot in there, and they gave it a little more slack. So I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up because I've been doing a lot of mountain climbing recently, and I've been using this a lot. So yeah,
nice.
They're still on Kickstarter right now, though. So
what's the final price? Did you say it?
Yeah, they're really expensive. They're like really expensive. So the Pro Lite is going to be $800. The Pro is going to be $900, and then the Pro Tall, they call it because I think it just gets taller, is going to be $1,000. So yeah, really expensive. They're also selling a lot of new accessories with these. They have a new leveling base for people who like that, and they have spiked feet for $49.
Oh, it does have the level on it.
Yeah, it has a level.
Oh yeah, both of them have level.
Yeah,
okay.
But a leveling base is like that weird like cage thing that you can use with cameras. It's it's kind of an old school like hardcore photographer feature. Then they have spiked feet, so I guess if you're in the mountains and you want to like really rig it down, if you were doing like a really long exposure and you just wanted it to overnight kind of long exposure.
I mean, they co-developed this with Jimmy Chin, so they're gonna do it in a scenario where it's it's lasting out there for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, just want to bring that up real quick.
All right.
What did you have?
I brought something that is significantly cheaper.
Yeah, probably.
And cheapness is actually part of the reason why I find it interesting.
And probably more useful to more people, I would guess.
Maybe. So my thing is like you wanted to possibly label this section like our favorite things, but I don't want to call this a favorite because
I was mostly kidding.
Yeah. This is
you got one of these?
That I saw on The Verge.
You got one of these?
So I think I first saw it on The Verge. It is called the Cinda Ergonomic Mouse Rechargeable USB Dual Bluetooth MOU 302 Vertical Wireless Mount with Volume Knob.
Some Amazon.
There's actually more to that, but I don't feel like saying all of it. Essentially, it's a vertical ergonomic wireless mouse that comes in some wild colors. I bought arguably the coolest color, which is like purple, yellow, and like a vintagey green. Like this feels very like
it's like a turquoise,
like Rocco's Modern Life,
or like a sea
vibes. Yeah.
Green.
And what So I saw it because of the color and because of the integrated volume knob. So essentially, the mouse, because it's vertical and ergonomic, it's, you know, the buttons are almost sideways, and you hold it like you're holding a glass of water, essentially, where you're kind of pinching it in between your hand. And then on the top, now it's got extra space. There's still a front and back button on the sides of it where your thumb rests, but above it, there's a little knob that clicks in and can turn. That's what intrigued me by it, is the colors in that knob.
Then what? Shaking in his boots. He hates knobs.
What really intrigued me, though, is when I clicked on the link for it, it was on sale for $19.59.
That's crazy.
With the list price at $27.99.
That's crazy.
I don't know how they're making money off of this.
Yeah.
I'm by no means saying the build quality on this is great. I wouldn't even say it's very good.
Yeah, I would say it feels like it's $20.
It feels like it's $20, but when you look at a Logitech, I think they have the Logitech Lift and the Logitech Vertical are two of theirs, and they're like $80 and like over $100 for them, and they're great mice, and like people like Rich here love them. I don't love vertical ergonomic mice, but I'm trying.
Apparently, it's way better to get rid of your carpal tunnel.
We'll see. If it stresses me out more than my carpal tunnel, then but I think there's some design flaws in this. I think the reason I want to be really cautious about talking about this is because I've used it for less than a week, and I don't know the durability of it.
Sure.
But for $20, I had to try, and I'm gonna keep trying it. The colors are sick. It's USB-C, which took Logitech years to finally switch to. It can do 2 Bluetooth connections and the USB dongle, which I'm always a dongle person. I think it's easier. Just like a little, USB-A. The things I have not liked about it is I don't believe there's any software. So I cannot change what the volume knob. I can't change what the volume knob does, which really sucks for me because I'm using an audio interface, which means my volume keys don't do anything when I'm plugged into my desktop.
Okay.
So the volume knob does nothing for me.
Also, how do you deal with sensitivity?
There are 3 DPI modes, and then you also could just change sensitivity inside of macOS or whatever.
How's the latency when you're playing old school RuneScape?
So you should play Valorant with this.
I'm definitely not playing. I should try Valorant with it. That would be hilarious how bad it would be.
Kind of like the way it feels. I'd say that the sliders on the bottom are horrible. Like it feels like it's kind of like there's a lot of.
It felt fine on my mouse pad.
Yeah, maybe the mouse pad would be better than this.
My biggest gripe with it, and we found this out when we were comparing it to Rich, is the Logitech Verticals, where your mouse rests almost has like a bed for your thumb to rest on where it juts out. This is just straight down, and you're kind of like always gripping this mouse. I say it's kind of like if you're a climber, like pinch holds. You're always pinching this. You're not really resting your hand on the mouse at all, which is comfortable, I think. Which makes you really have to think about using it. I've been kind of enjoying it. I find myself doing way more wrist movements than like whole arm movements to move things, to go around and click on stuff. It's taken a really long time to get used to vertical mouse. It feels really strange. They're silent buttons, which is a lot of what like the MX Master's been doing now. I think they actually feel kind of nice. The scroll wheel feels like but I don't really care that much. It's $19 and it works. The knob doesn't feel bad. It's just plastic, but it's got some like nice feedback to it.
The tactility of the clicking is nice.
Yeah, and it was essentially plug and play. I plugged it right into my computer and it just started working. I'm assuming it would on Windows as well, but
cool. Yeah,
I don't know
how to use for $20. Yeah, that's crazy.
I do not know what the battery life's yet. I've charged it once and it's still going after a few days. So
how many colors does it come in?
Yeah, what are the other
4?
colors?
So there's a plain black. There's a pink. What are they even calling this? They literally don't even have color. Oh no, they're just calling it pink. Pink, but it's like 2 different types of pink. The buttons and the scroll wheel the buttons and the volume knob are a different color. This is the purple and green version. They just call it purple. There's a light blue version and there's the straight black version.
That one's definitely.
You can also buy 2 packs of these.
What?
Really?
For $42.
Wow. So it's more expensive.
Right now, that's more expensive. But it's not more expensive if you're assuming the list price of $27. I don't know how long it'll be this cheap.
Yeah.
If you decide to go out and get this, I cannot promise you how long it will work. I assume it will work as long as $20 is worth. But I was very intrigued by it.
I want to see you game with this.
There's no way I'm getting.
I need to see a pro Twitch streamer just using this, and
That would be.
clowning on
I'm sure
everyone.
someone's done it, but getting like pro CS players to play it with like crap OS, I bet the latency on this is
It's probably cool.
terrible.
Yeah.
But no one buys an ergonomic mouse for like great latency.
That's true.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's it.
That's
the
a good one.
Cinda ergonomic MOU 302.
Cinda.
Multiple device cordless mice compatible for Windows PC, laptop, Mac OS, purple.
Pink.
Cinda.
They make a bunch of other random stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
Although, okay, so
They missed the turns when I would go back through. Just wanted that car to go first. Try again. Nope. This way. It's okay, I got you. Don't worry. I got you. 15.